My gosh, it's actually time for a Clary original. Just woke up. Been meaning to do this. Has been a burr in my saddle. I was going to get very angry and upset about it, but now I've learned to take a more reasoned and rational approach to this because we're going to learn something today. We're actually going to learn something today that's going to advance. This is from chroniclevitae.com. It is written by, if they would stop running ads on the website, a Melissa Dalgleish, program coordinator at the Research Training Center at the Hospital for Sick Children Research Institute and a doctoral candidate for English at York University. And we'll go through her background. She wrote an article called Ladies, Let's Negotiate. Advice on negotiating abounds on Vitae, whether it concerns how you broker your first non-academic position. Right off the bat, these gals never get out of academia, do you? Or how you avoid having a tenure track offer rescinded. There's even, how about working in the coal mines? Does that ever come? Never mind. I'm going to focus. There's even a whole series called Negotiation 101, inspired by the much-discussed case of a job candidate only known as W, who unsuccessfully negotiated with Nazareth College, resulting in her tenure track being offer being withdrawn. But advice on negotiating as a female presenting person, not so much. And that's the problem. Because negotiating as a woman, I'm going to use woman going forward to shorthand female presenting people regardless of how they identify. For bias here is largely related to gender present. Guys, this is academia. This is what they teach you. Is fraught in ways many people, even unfortunately those of us giving advice about negotiating, fail to recognize. Is it just Vitae, though? Advice for women on closing the salary gap very often urges us to step up and negotiate hard, and there's a lot of that advice circulating, so much in fact that the original title of this piece, Negotiating While Female, was very much taken. Headlines abound like this one are in the New York Times. How to attack the gender wage gap, speak up. The only headline I could find on Vitae that explicitly addresses the issue of women and negotiation gives us this advice. Women don't demur. After all, writes Noel, Jesus Christ, name your kids fucking normal names. Honest to God. My brother's name is Moses. The guy's he's a fucking wreck. Okay, can you parents at least, stop being cute and give your kids names like Steve and Jessica? It's always hard to negotiate when you might actually be relieved and happy just to get an offer. Women in particular have a difficult time asking for more. We tend to want people to just sort of notice how fabulous we are and pay us what they think we are worth. Yeah, well, with your degree in English there, I don't think you're really worth much because last I checked, everyone in this country, except the illegal aliens, speak English. For some of us, that might be true. For many other women, the solution to the wage gap is not merely to ask for more or stop being happy just to get an offer. Okay, does here come any real practical advice? It's no coincidence that the person whose job offer was revoked was the W versus Nazareth case was a woman. It is. It is coincidence. Just negotiation is fraught for women in ways that is not for men. Crying and whining has gotten you women so far. It really hasn't. That has closed the wage gap, hasn't it? You're bitching and whining. And that has consequences for how women are willing to negotiate, if at all. Many women don't negotiate because they recognize consciously or subconsciously that negotiating is dangerous and can easily backfire. Okay, I'm going to save you guys all this crap because it's more of the same. Coming from someone that you would expect to major in the nation's natural language, especially getting a doctorate in it. And I was going to get angry. And here's a simple question I want to ask the real women out there. Okay? Do you want to close the wage gap or do you just want to bitch about it? Choose one of the two. See, because I knew this. I didn't recognize this until I was well into my 30s. But some women just like to complain. And I just want to talk about it. No. You want to be treated as equals. You want to be treated just like men. You want the same opportunities as men. We're going to treat you like men. This is a very man-to-man conversation, a very important question. Do you want to bitch about it or do you want to solve the problem? In the Marines, I got my buddy Darius, a great guy, a Marine, and just a heck of a guy. His drill instructor, also a black man, says, I don't want to hear any problems unless they're attached to it as a solution. Yeah, we got problems. What is the solution? Now, what this gal, Melissa Dalgleish, I mean, and you could go through her profile here, you can go through her background. I'm going to be very direct. She has not worked a real job in her life. Never. She's majoring in English. She's getting a doctorate. Oxford University Press Sales Marketing Coordinator. That's about the most. And the rest of graduate fellow, research officer, graduate assistant research officer, researcher, instructor. Those who can't do, teach. And this woman has never left academia. Now, do you girls want to follow somebody who is doing everything wrong and can't close the wage gap except insists on complaining about it? Okay? Do you want to follow somebody whose professional job is to be a professional victim whore and constantly beg for more money? Or do you want to follow some advice that would actually close the wage gap? Because here's the thing. This is really cute that Melissa is talking about negotiation. Like, oh, all the problems of women and the wage gap stem from you girls just not being aggressive enough in your salary negotiation. How do we negotiate? This is like there's a cancerous patient, like stage 4 cancer. And you're saying, well, he should eat more spinach and broccoli because I hear that has anti-carcinogenic. Dude, we need fucking chemotherapy and surgery right now. Right? This is typical leftist, lazy, fluffy poppycock, Oprah bullshit to tell you girls what you want to hear so your feelings are spared. I'm sick and tired of sparing your fucking feelings. I'm sick and tired of you bitching and whining about it. I want to actually close the wage gap. So here's the thing. The chemo treatment, the surgery treatment is you go major in STEM. You major in science, technology, engineering, and math. All right, you stop it with majoring. Why would you take the advice of somebody who majors in the nation's language? That's like studying yourself in a mirror. Why would you listen to this person? Why does this person have any credibility whatsoever? When the simple common sense fact is that if you girls want to close the wage gap, maybe there is some element of discrimination, not disagreeing with you, there could be. But in the meantime, what is very apparent and obvious, just like the cancerous patient with a stage 4 tumor, is we need to operate and remove the tumor. And that is for you girls to major in STEM. So it's a very simple question I have for you girls. Do you want to bitch about the wage gap or do you want to close it? One or the other. You can't do both. Well, you could do both, actually. You could say, oh, there's a wage gap. Oh, maybe we should major in STEM. All right, Jessica, let's go major in STEM. All right, cool. But what I want to point out on top of this very simple solution to the wage gap is to stop bitching about it and to close it by majoring in tough subjects and putting forth the effort and the rigor and the academic study that men typically do, is these false prophets like Melissa Dalgleish. And, hey, Melissa, you could come on my channel and debate me any fucking day. Any fucking day. Because these type of gals, and guys too, it's not just women, but these professors, the academians, these politicians, these frauds, these professional victim whore industry types, they're precisely that. They're leading you down the wrong path. Do you really think majoring in English, let alone getting a doctorate, I mean, what, does she speak English really well? I mean, is she a really good speaker of English? Do you think you should be taking advice from somebody like this? Should this person even have a platform on this website? Do you girls realize the lies you've been told by it's this typical Oprah, let's make you feel better about yourself, let's spare your pride and your ego at the sacrifice and the cost of your entire financial and future lives? When do you girls wake up and realize frauds like this are frauds? So a question to the Melissas and all the other English teachers and, oh, we're all rah-rah women. What do you want to do? Do you want to actually help out young future girls? I'm the only one presumably doing it right now, telling them the goddamn truth. Do you want to help out young women? Do you really want to help out women? Do you really want to close the wage gap? Well, then knock this fucking bullshit off ASAP, right motherfucking now. This crap about women need to negotiate harder. No, we have a critical patient on the table right now. And this cute shit about, well, she needs to eat more spinach. That, when the patient recovers. When we close the wage gap, then we can talk about spinach and broccoli and anti-carcinogens. In the meantime, I suggest Melissa and all you cock motherfucking sucking pieces of motherfucking parasitic leftist academian shitholes, you start to actually own up to what you claim to be. And that is you actually help out the girls, these young girls of America. You fucked up. I admit, hey, Too bad. You pissed away your life. You pissed away your youth. You majored in stupid subjects. You paid thousands of dollars to equally worthless hacks such as yourselves. Now, do you want to admit that you're wrong? Do you want to admit that you're charlatans and frauds? Do you want to admit that you don't offer anything of value to society, especially the young women? And you're going to say, hey, you know what? The one thing, what's the meme? Maybe your life's purpose is to serve as a warning to others. Not bad. That's what Asshole Consulting is kind of based off of. I say, hey guys, I fucked up over here. Can you admit that? Melissa, can you admit that you're a fuck up, that you're a loser? That young women should not follow your path. If they really want to close the gap, they should go major in chemical engineering or computer programming or become doctors. Not fucking wannabe aspiring doctorates in English. Are you really on the side of Team Girl? Or are you just a professional victim? Are you just a professional victim whore? Just a professional whiner? So discrimination, government, because that's what it is. And girls, the audience that I'm intending this to is young women who want to grow up and become something. You want to close the wage gap? I'm with you, absolutely, 100%. Here's how it's going to be. You're going to have to work hard and study in STEM. I'm trying to warn you about these false prophets like Melissa Dalgleish, who just are. Do you really think majoring in English and the liberal arts is going to get you somewhere? Why would you listen to this person? I'm trying to warn you, girls, against this type of people. All right? And sadly, it's my generation now, too. It's like fucking Gen X. This gal's about my age. Maybe a little bit older, honestly. And she's pretty old. I love it how the leftist females, I don't need no man, and they like go out of their way to like doll themselves up for a professional photo shoot. Look, it's very simple, gals, okay? Just take advice from my good friend Darius. I don't want to hear no problems without solutions. And I'm going to one-up it. Not to say the Marines more smart, and please don't kill me, Marines. I want solutions that actually work. Now, are you done with the baby boomer Gen X older professor bullshit lies? Are you done with that? Do you really want to close the wage gap? Because if you do, the solution is very simple. Major in shit that men major in. And I know, and we've actually done this. We've done it with my book, Worthless. We've done it with my podcast. I know a lot of young ladies, they're going and they're hustling, they're making it and they're moving and they're going into STEM. It's great. It's good to see that. But for the rest of you, please, I'm going to keep fighting these baby boomer Gen X fucks, these charlatans and frauds, who are going to try and push this professional victimhood on you, okay? Because that's not going to solve your problem, all right? I'm being blunt and direct. Look at the black community. Has bitching and whining and racism. Fine, there might be racism. There might be sexism. There might be bigotry. There might be all these horrible things. You lying on your back like a turtle and letting the world attack you and kill you is not going to improve your situation. So ladies, you get to choose. Do you want to close the wage gap or do you want to bitch about it? Which one do you want to do? And these frauds, and Melissa, please come on my channel any motherfucking day. You little frauds, you little charlatans, you're disgusting. How do you live with yourself? Living off of the people you purport to help. How does this crap, worthless, misleading, misguiding article help women? It misleads them. It misdiagnoses the problem. And you know it. Don't give me this bullshit that after 8 years of college and you sitting on your lofty fucking academic chair, you don't figure this out? You're a professional whore, victim, industry whore. So knock it off. Go away. Seriously, Melissa, go learn how to weld. Go join the local carpenters union. Please develop a skill before you waste the next 40 years of your life. But swear to motherfucking Christ, stop lying to these girls and lead them down your path. All right? Just knock it off, because you're not helping them out at all. All you're doing is continuing on. It's so self-serving. It's so disgusting. At least I'm not a bankster scum. I mean, you guys are just like the banksters. You academians are like, well, we need future money from the younger lifeblood, so we're going to sell them all these lies and these degrees, and we're going to charge $300 for our book. Knock it the fuck off. If you really care about women, stop lying and admit you're a fuck-up. So anyway, just want to point that out. I'm not going to link to the article because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I'm not going to give them the traffic. But Girls, seriously, I know I'm an evil, right-wing, nasty, white, cisgendered male type guy. I'm the only motherfucker telling you the goddamn truth. You want to close the wage gap, major in STEM. And not biology, don't major in biology. Matter of fact, just go buy my book, Worthless, it'll outline it there. But please, stop listening to these frauds and charlatans like Melissa. Stop listening to these has-beens, never were. People trying to validate their academic route, their fucking worthless careers, their lives, based off of the financial lifeblood of you youngins who have got to take their fucking worthless classes. Please, for the love of God, if you want to close the wage gap, it's very simple. You major in STEM. You study the tough subjects. You learn the maths. And then you will close the wage. And then, you know what? Then there might be a 2 or 3% genuine sexism. Okay, you know what? At least we closed the 20-25% of it. At least you got the majority of it. But being a professional whiner and complainer and victim whore like this gal, that ain't gonna get you nowhere. So, just want to point this out. Hope we learned something. Hope we actually made some genuine progress. Oh, and by the way, if you don't like what I'm saying and you're saying, well, my feels trump the reality of economics in the labor market, good. Enjoy being this loser. Enjoy having the life and the profession that this loser has. But I don't ever want to hear you bitching about the wage gap ever again, because I just gave you the motherfucking solution. Best of luck to all of you. Toodles.